So I got a little sad this week because two of my favorite kids decided to take something that didn't belong to them. So I'm not going to preach to you, although you know I love you guys. I'm just going to tell you what God says through Doug.
You shall not steal. Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas, and today we are going to be talking about the 8th commandment, which is you shall not steal. So it's saying don't steal. Yeah, and stealing is anytime we take something that doesn't belong to us. And really, in the Bible, one of the major themes of the Bible is that God wants us to be selfless. Yeah, God wants us to put other people first. Selfless is the opposite of selfish. To be selfless is to think of yourself less than other people. You put other people's needs first before your own. Selfish is when you only think of yourself. You think of yourself first, and other people, you might think of them, but you think of them second. You don't think of them first. Being selfish is just, looking out for number one, looking out just for yourself and for your own needs and for your own wants. And sometimes being selfish can even be confusing what you want and what you need. Stealing is one of the ultimate acts of selfishness. Because when you steal, you're pretty much saying that you deserve this thing and the other person does not, which is pretty much never, ever true. No, you see, in the Bible it says that everything that we have is a gift from God. Yeah. So if everything that I have is a gift from God, then everything that you have is a gift from God. And so if I take something that belongs to you, I'm taking something that you got from God, which is a bad idea. And I think a lot of the times when we're tempted to steal, I've stolen something before, and I wasn't supposed to, but I think the times that we're most tempted to steal is when we think that the other person doesn't really care about the thing that we want to steal. We might say to ourselves, well, it's just one candy bar, and this store has a ton of candy bars. They won't miss it. Or you might say, well, my mom has all kinds of money in her purse, and she's really busy, so she wouldn't even notice if I took some money out of her purse. The thing is it really doesn't matter if the other person notices if you stole from them. Because who will notice is the one who gave it to them. God knows when you steal. God knows everything. He's always with us. He's always watching us. He's always there for us. Everything that we have is a gift from God. And really, too, when we steal, we're really not being grateful for what we have. We're not being grateful for what God has given us. We're just jealous of what God gave somebody else. And if we can be content with what God has given us, then I think it'll be a lot easier to not be tempted to steal. It's easier to be selfless when we're grateful for what we have. And one of the main things that you can do to be selfless is to do the opposite of stealing. The opposite of stealing is giving away. God has given you so much. This one time Jesus saw this lady put what would have been like 2 cents into the offering at the temple, and he saw her and he pretty much said, wow, that lady has given so much. That lady was so grateful for what she had, even though she didn't have very much. She was very poor, but she gave what she had away because she knew that God would take care of her. When we're selfish, we want to take more and take more. But when we are selfless, we realize that we've got more than we need, and we can share that with others. And so my challenge to you guys today is that we would be selfless. Yeah. And that we would be grateful for what we have. And that we would not be selfish and be tempted to steal because we feel like we don't have enough. Because everything that everyone has comes straight from God. So my challenge to you guys today is that we would be selfless and not selfish, and that we would not take the things that don't belong to us, but instead be grateful for the things that do. So let's all work hard to follow the 8th commandment.
So, I'm praying that we're all blessed, and I'm praying that we all stay protected. And I'm praying that God will send his angels to protect all of my nieces and nephews, Gianna, Zoe, Emmy, Mila, Vic, Joaquin, Justin, Cameron, Camille, Cameron, Carmen, Lily, Luke, Zaylin, Gabe, Ian, Faith, Marquez, Blazin, Katie, Joe, Kenny. There's so many that I could just continue to name off, like Catherine, Michael, Calvin, Darius, Zachariah, and I could keep going on and on. I pray for all of your safety. I pray that God continues to bless you and keep you safe. Until next time, until I get to see you next time, I love you, and you could play this anytime you want to see me. Bye.